Hello, everybody. Welcome to my next set of interviews. I have former contestant turned legendary Canadian actor Garry Chalk here with me.
Hello.
Hi, Gary.
Yeah,
So, all the way back in 1988, you were a contestant on the Canadian game show Talk About.
I was. I was.
How did you get on the show? What was the audition process like?
Well, my wife at the time was a fan of talk shows, and they said, "Oh, there's this show called Talk About, and they're interviewing people to be on it." And I said, "Yeah." She says, "Well, I want to be on it." I said, "Come on, let's go." So we went down to the studios at CBC Studios, and they interviewed a bunch of people, and then they shortened the list and started putting people through tester talk about sessions and then they let us know that we were on the show, and I went, oh, terrific. And so I think we won Bulova watches or something. We won some watches, his and her watches. That was nice. And then when they went for another one, but we couldn't. She was not giving me the right clues or something, because the clue was something on the street, with something on the street that you have to put your car in front of, and I couldn't figure it out. Parking lots, no parking lot, no parking meters is what it was, but
Hmm.
we didn't get it. So that's okay. We got some Bulova watches out of the deal, so that was kind of fun. But
Yeah.
and my friend Mr. Cox was the host of the show,
Hmm.
and I've since seen him on many occasions over the years in various TV productions. So there you go. So that's how I got on Talk About. I
Huh.
actually saw the episode on the game show channel. Uh, had to be about 6 months ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I recorded that. I didn't record it, but I think that we shot that episode back in the early 90s, maybe.
Wow.
I can't remember, but it was a long time ago. I was a young man. Anyway.
You're still young in my eyes.
Ah, yeah, I wish. I wish I was young in my eyes. I look at myself and I say, who is that old guy in the mirror? But anyway.
Oh, Gary, you're one of the best.
Ah,
After your talk about appearance, you went on to become a legendary actor, including doing the voices of Optimus Prime. How did you come up with
yes.
the voice of Optimus Prime?
Um, well, like anything, I came up with a voice. It's my voice. This is my voice. I am
Mhm.
the voice of Optimus Prime.
Oh.
I just imbued my voice with what I thought would be the qualities that Optimus would have. He is a robot being, an alien, but he's also warm-blooded and human and has compassion and whatnot. So I basically imbued the character with those qualities and
Mhm.
came up with that voice. And I remember the direction: make him warmer, make him this, make him that. And I did okay. I did that, and then we finally said, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Optimus Prime. Truck. And then there's the people who go, it's not the truck. And I go, I can be him too. But it was the whole thing about truck versus monkey. And I was the monkey, which is the warm-blooded animal. So a truck is a truck. And what's his face? Peter Cullen, who played Optimus Prime as well. Like, I played Prime as well, but played Prime as well. He was the truck faction. And his thing was, we come here to the planet Earth, and I tried to do that, but I thought, no, I'm going to do my own thing, and that's what I did.
Wow, talk about legendary. So I was doing
Yeah,
so I was doing my research, and you're originally born in London, England.
Southampton.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Southampton.
It's
What's
about 120 miles south of London. It's on the coast. It's it's on the leggy thing that goes down and the
mm,
leggy thing that goes down
mm,
on the UK.
mm.
It's there, and I used to sound like this. That was my voice when I was a child. But as I grew up, I got teased so much when I came to Canada that I lost the voice.
Mm.
So now I don't talk like that anymore.
No.
But I used to talk like that when I was a kid. It's called a Devon accent or a Southampton accent.
Oh.
Uh, and so we came here. Really want to go through. I emigrated with my family here in 1957, and we moved to Vancouver in 1957. And I've basically lived here ever since. I had a 2 year stint where I lived in Ottawa
Oh.
as because my wife at the time, or my partner at the time, got seconded to the telephone company out there for a couple of years, and so I went with her and hung out with her there. And I thought, well, what am I going to do in Ottawa?
I
It's
don't know.
I didn't know there was anything going on in Ottawa except the government, but I
Mhm.
managed to get work doing commercials and voiceovers for the government, and I worked on a couple of government videos and industrial films in Montreal, even a comedy series called Snow Job. I worked in Montreal and did some short dramas in Ottawa and a lot of theater. Did a lot of theater in Ottawa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all the moves.
Oh yeah. I my whole thing was I remember somebody getting mad at me one day.
Oh,
What the hell, man? You came into our town and now you're working in everything. And I said, what can I say? I'm
yeah.
a hustler. I like to hustle work. And so I covered everything, voiceover, radio commercials, TV commercials, whatever whatever I could do. Theater, improv. I did a lot of improv out there too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
No wonder you're such a legendary Canadian actor. You've done everything.
Pretty well. Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, do you have a favorite children's TV show or children's movie you've voiced in?
Yep. Oh, I got this one show that I'm doing right now called Monster Loving Maniacs. You can find it on YouTube. But I'm recording some new episodes right now, or new seasons right now, and it's originally out of Europe. It plays in Scandinavia and England and other places. It's translated in 21 languages, so it's all over the place. Hasn't come here yet, but it's a big hit over there because kids can watch it with their parents, and their parents will enjoy it just as much as the kids because it's it's got some great humor in it. But it might not be as politically correct as someone like YTV wants it. So we'll see. But yeah, that was did things like Chip and Potato and My Little Pony and
Mhm.
all those shows. They're like kids shows. But like a live action kid show, I don't think I've ever done one. Or have oh no, I did. I did one in Edmonton. It was a it was a series. I was a guest star for one episode of a thing called Mentors, and it
Oh,
was about historical figures with like enacted historical figures through the era, and kids would travel to and interview that historical figure. And mine was General Burnsides, who
wow,
was
that's
a
good.
Union general in the Union Army. And the reason for it was because that's where the term sideburns came from.
Mm.
from because he had these long kind of mutton chop sideburns. We called
Mm.
them they called them sideburns, but his name was Burn Sides, and it was an interesting kid show for YTV. Other than that, no, I've a lot of cartoons, animated show. One of
Mm.
my favorites was a thing called Penguins 1, 2, 3.
I never watched Penguins 1, 2, 3.
Huh. It's on the Christian network down south, but it was a fun show to do. I had a really fun character. I played a hamster inside a big monster robot who sounded like this when he was out. But
Wow.
when the little hamster came out of the robot, he had a little tiny voice, and it was quite fun to do. I mean, I've had a lot of fun over the last 40 years or so doing cartoons. Uh-oh, that's my wife, Colleen.
Aw.
She's you're getting a oh are you off? Oh, okay. All right, I'll see you later. But anyway,
Mhm.
no, I've done lots and lots of cartoons over the years, many different series, and just basically had a blast with all of them. I've been really had a lot of fun with them.
Mhm.
So, and most of my film and television has sort of been adult shows like Hallmark, and I did this show called Arrow for a little while, and the horror movie like Freddy versus Jason and all that. Did that, The Fly 2, and yeah. So I've had a lot of interesting stuff over the years. Anyway, please.
Wow. You deserve the Order of Canada.
No, my friend just got it.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, no, my friend Don, who's a who's a world class guitar player, fingerstyle guitarist who travels on tours around the world, just got the Order of Canada this year, like a couple of months ago, for his contribution to music, and he was also a big contributor to the what's his face, the guy who circled the world in his wheelchair. Um, I'm sorry, it just gone right out of my head.
It's okay, no
I can
worries.
I can hear it, I can see it, but I sometimes forget things, and I guess what it is, I suffer from sometimers, and the chemo has given me a bit of brain fog.
No worries. You're fine.
But
You're
yeah,
fine.
I'm fine. And my friend Jim Burns, a noted blues guitarist and actor from here, he also got the Order of Canada, but I don't have one yet. Damn it!
Well, I'm sure you're gonna get it sometime soon. I believe in you,
Hopefully
Gary.
before I die. Anyway, so
You've done voices for, like you said before, animated cartoons, but you've also done video game voices. How would
yeah,
you, what's the major differences and similarities between voice acting for cartoons and voice acting for video games?
volume, volume, volume. Um, some video games you do what's called motion capture.
Yes, yes, yes.
So they cover you with dots and stuff. And I did this one video game of The Godfather, where I had to be dressed up in all these illuminating dots because they animated the creature like that. And some of them you have to because they're like bridges and tunnels. It's like you're going through a maze, and if you go this way, this is the response. If you go that way, this is the response. If you pick up this, you get this. If you pick up this, you get this. So I was doing a thing called Magister Lou, which is a Guinness Book of Records, or Ripley's Believe It or Not video game,
Wow.
and it was again, pick up the jug, don't pick up the jug. You know, if you do this and you do that, if you go through this gate, you'll get this. Hundreds and hundreds of cues. And then I did one called NFL Sports Interactive, and I think I'm not totally sure, but it must have been around 7,000 cues, somewhere around
Oh
there.
my gosh,
Or
that's a
maybe,
lot.
no, maybe less, maybe 5,000 cues. But it was over 6 days, 6 hours a day, doing doing all the different prompts. Oh, that's good. Oh no, don't. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. You know, let's go here. Let's go. Yeah. All right, one more time. Okay, you can do it. Just one more. You know, it's just because I played the coach for all the football players for the and that was called NFL Sports Interactive, and so you had to have different prompts for different exercises and descriptions of the exercise. It was a very long and grueling thing, but as they said at Electronic Arts, my God, you have vocal cords of steel
You
because I
sure?
can just go and go. Because the real ones don't last 20 minutes. The real sportscasters, they may last 20 minutes. Then they have to take a break.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've done a few video games, and the fundamental difference is you're doing basically the same voice and intent for different outcomes,
Hmm.
right? You
Yes.
know, and it takes a while. Whereas cartoons, there's an actual storyline, and you're doing your stories, and the stories move forward. With video games, the storyline has many different variations,
Yep.
so you have to cover all the variations, like all the endings and things like that.
Hmm.
So that's the fundamental difference.
Wow, wow, wow. I have one more question for you, Gary, and then I'm gonna ask you a question about me.
Okay.
So, when you look back from 40 and 50 years ago, what are some of your fondest memories that you remember before you became a well-known actor? Like, how?
Well, well, there's a few things. I worked on the floor of the stock exchange for a while, and I had to draw the bids and offers on the board by hand with chalkboard. And I come home, my hands would be bright yellow from chalk. But you write on the bids and offers on the wall, and you run back and forth, and they're always yelling. You have to recognize all the voices. Who is it? And what color is what? And I really enjoyed that. And I worked in the restaurant business for years, and I very much enjoyed that because I liked being with people. I like interacting with people because I was a real people guy. And
Mhm.
I worked as a social service aide for a few years before I actually became a professional actor. I worked in the downtown east side, which is a very poor part of Vancouver. There's a lot of drug addicts and alcoholics and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I worked in an emergency shelter there for a few years and learned a lot about all that goes on in that world, in the addiction world, and it was quite something. I originally went to university. I wanted to be a anthropology teacher or an English literature teacher because I absolutely love those subjects. But for one of my English projects, I was asked to criticize or do a critique of a play down at the theater, and the play was called A Mice and Men. And I watched the play. I absolutely loved it, and I went, "Wow, these guys are really good. This is a really good show. That's what I want to do." So I auditioned for it for the theater the next season or the next term, I auditioned for it, and the head of the department looked up and he goes, "Well, we got some talent, not much, some. All right, off you go." And I was in, and didn't realize they only took like 15 people per term, so it was a big deal because they came from everywhere, and um,
Hmm.
and that basically launched my career. I didn't get on well with people in my theater class because I was an East End boy and I worked in as bouncers in beer parlors and things like that. A
Hmm.
little rough around the edges, but the people that I was in class with, a lot of them had no real world experience. They kind of went from high school and to into college with no real lived in experience that I thought anyway. But anyway, we didn't get along,
Oh.
and but that's okay
Hmm.
because it made me try harder and work harder, and
Yes.
I ended up with a couple of other people graduating. One most notably was this lovely man named Gordy White, who became one of Cirque du Soleil's top clowns.
Wow, that's really
Travels
cool.
all over with Cirque du Soleil, and also Stevie Demopoulos, who's I went to elementary school with, believe it or not. I never realized it, that we did. And another person, Eleanor Stobbs, but she never went into the theater. And Lisa Whiteside is another one who went into the behind the scenes. And it wasn't many, like four of us or five of us. I think it was like four of us who actually graduated out of the class. But I started working literally 3 weeks before I finished school.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool. And I was on to rehearsals and doing stuff and toured across the country. And then I've just been, it's all a blur, it's just like I've just been doing that for my whole life.
Hmm.
And the, I couldn't tell you how many productions I've done, but there are quite a few. Hold on, I always like to have a look every once in a while and see what they say in this thing called IMDb.
Hmm.
And let's see what it says here so I can know. But yeah, so I just wanted to. I the thing was is I set all these goals for myself over the years, and oh, here we go. I set these goals for myself, and when I set the goals, they were not big goals; they're like little goals. I want to work in professional theater, so I did that. I wanted to get a part in a movie. Oh, okay, here I am. I'm up to now 469 shows or projects. That's a
Mm.
lot more shows, but a lot of projects, and did lots of different shows over the years, and I just lose track of them. Some things I don't even realize I was in, and then I look at them, oh, I'm in that, you know.
Hmm.
But that's what happens, you just forget. I can't remember uh, all of them. There was one that really cracked me up. I thought it was going to call 3 Weeks, Three Kids, and it was a comedy, and I was playing a cop in it, and I had no idea that I was in the show. And I said, "No, you were in it. You're definitely in it." And I said, "Okay." And I looked, and sure as shooting, there I was in this movie, and I had no recollection of it whatsoever. Another one was a an animated cartoon of I don't know if it was the Lion King or it was one of those, like the Lion King or George of the Jungle. It was one of those. I can't remember, but I played the lion anyway, and I
Hmm.
had no idea. I
Hmm.
had totally forgotten that I'd played in that, and somebody showed it to me. Oh, guess I am. I don't know, but I keep on. I'm out of the game right at the moment for a while. I'm still doing cartoons, but I won't be doing any film probably till August.
Oh, wow, wow. That's
Yeah, well,
cool.
because that's how long it takes to recover
Hmm.
from, my chemotherapy ended last week or a week and a half ago. But I get tired very easily,
Hmm.
get really sleepy, and I just don't have the stamina to spend like 12 hours a day working on a movie set. It's just too hard.
Hmm.
So I'm building up my strength ever slowly, and it seems to be working. And yeah, so that's good. I've been walking a little bit farther every day. I don't want to push myself too hard. Apparently, I did yesterday. I had my friend Candace who does my artwork, and she does artwork for me, and she is my assistant when I do conventions and does a lot of promotion for me on the internet. And she came out to visit us at our house from Pennsylvania. Came out here this weekend, just finished. Went home yesterday, and it was just tremendous, just to have it because he works very hard, and I like that. And she reminds me of all these shows.
Aw.
Yeah, so that's great. I'm not getting Alzheimer's or anything. I just, there's just so much stuff over the
Mm.
years you just forget.
Yep.
Yeah, and now what about you? What's your deal?
Oh, I was just about to ask you, is there anything you want to ask the host?
That's what I'm asking. What
What?
is your deal? What do you do? What's your job?
Well, I currently work part-time at a theater. I don't perform, unfortunately. I just see people and I scan tickets.
Oh, yes,
Yeah. But my next goal is to find something in the film industry, like more behind the scenes,
yes,
as I took TV broadcasting in college. And
oh,
radio
yes,
and I took radio broadcasting too. But my
oh,
main
yeah.
focus is trying to find a job in the TV film production world.
Well, I'll tell you the easiest in to for film production and learning about film production and getting in basically from the ground floor is to go in as either a location PA, production assistant, or an office production assistant.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, they have the longest hours. And I don't know if they have the worst pay, but their pay's pretty good, but it's not as good as everybody else. But it's a way in,
True. Very
That's I
true.
know lots of people. I can name a dozen people right now who start off as PAs who are now producers of and have their own production. I think there was a company called Bright Light Pictures. Well, the guy who is the CEO of Bright Light Pictures, which is a huge film company, was a stagehand. And then he
Wow.
worked as a production assistant, and all of it. Then after that, he slowly moved up. And there was another guy who worked as a production assistant on a show called Stargate. He's now a big time producer in films. There was another one who worked as a trainee AD at Taddy, who's now a full blown first assistant director. And oh, there's just so many of them who started out in locations and all of a sudden, my friend Tracy was the locations, and she now produces a show called The Irrationals
Oh, nice.
TV series, and she before that she did this one called uh, oh, I can't remember. It's like a supernatural show, like Stranger Things, but it's not that. It's like that, and then there was my wife started out as a locations PA, and then became a production manager, and then a locations manager, production manager, and then a producer.
Wow.
Yeah. So the thing is that's how you get in because then you can learn what all the jobs are.
Yeah.
You know, who does what, who does sound, who does lights, electrics, dolly grip, which is that's a hard job, dolly grip, but there's some really good ones, really good guys. Steadicam grip. My friend has got the one of the best one of the best Steadicam operators in the world, and comes from here. And his sister Jessie was as a script supervisor, and they all started because their dad was an actor.
Hmm.
But you know, there's a lot of different ways. But the one way, unless you're a superlative, you know, DOP or sound engineer or whatever, the best way to get into film is to sign on as a production assistant, a PA, and learn the ropes
I
and move your
agree.
way up. You know,
Oh, yes, I definitely agree.
yeah.
Thank you, Gary, for taking the time to talk to me about your historic Canadian adventures in life.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure entirely. And keep on keeping on, as they say. You
Oh,
know.
yeah, I agree
All
with
right.
that.
All right. Well, you have a brilliant day. My my Candace, she just got this got my wristband that says resilient, unstoppable, loved, Gary 1, lymphoma 0.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
So cute. I like that.
Me too.
But yeah. Anyway, so you have a great day, and I will carry on with mine. As I just said, I have to go up to my accountants and drop off my. It's a thing about being a corporation. When you're a corporation, you have to pay taxes,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make sure that you get all your ducks in a row, so that you don't get killed by the Revenue Canada. And so it's a corporation, you know, and I have an incorporated company, so I've got to do quarterly reports and monthly remittances, and you know all the things that other businesses have to do because we are a business.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Anyway, all right, kiddo, have a good one.
Thanks for calling me kiddo. You too.
You bet. See you later.
See ya.